This recipe is made from a humble vegetable that can provide up to 93% of your daily vitamin C requirement. Hello everyone, my name is Srikant and welcome to our channel Happy Belly Fish. This vegetable is popularly called as Kohlrabi and its literal translation from German would be turnip cabbage. Today I'll be showing you one of the simplest ways that you can cook this vegetable at home with very simple and very few ingredients. But Kohlrabi confuses a lot of people because it looks like a turnip, except that it is not. Kohlrabi belongs to the mustard family and its cousins are cabbage, broccoli and cauliflower. But if you do not have kohlrabi and would like to use turnip instead, you can absolutely do that in this recipe. Kohlrabi is known to have several health benefits, which I'll be talking about later in more detail. But what is good to know now is that if you're someone who wants to improve your gut health, then this should be a vegetable of your choice. When you buy kohlrabi, make sure that they're not too old. You will understand by the color of it, the shine and the dryness of it will be pretty visible on the outside. When the kohlrabi is very old, it will have a very rough texture. All its fiber inside it will become very hard and it will become inedible. You cannot do anything with it. I'm going to take about 500 grams of kohlrabi and grate it coarsely. Next, I'm going to take about 200 grams of carrots, peel them and grate them too. Now this could make just a salad by itself, this grated carrot and kohlrabi, but I'm going to cook this vegetable with some spices and aromatics. That one aromatic that I'm going to use is ginger, and it will give a nice tingling sensation on your tongue when you add it to this recipe. So I'm going to take about 2 inches of ginger, peel the skin off and grate it finely. Ginger will also help in improving the digestion, but if ginger is something that you don't want to add to your recipe because you're not supposed to eat it, then you can completely avoid it. It's an optional ingredient. You might wonder, are there people who actually don't eat or should not eat ginger? Yes. People who in general have stomach discomfort, burping or heartburn should avoid ginger. Now let's look at all the other spices that we are going to use in this recipe. So I'm going to use about 2 inches of cassia or cinnamon, whatever you have. Don't use cinnamon powder. The stick, the whole spice is important here. 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 to half teaspoon of red chili powder if you want to add some amount of heat to it, and salt to taste. Towards the end, I'm going to add some amount of sourness to this dish. Otherwise, it would just taste a little bit bland in spite of using all the spices. And for this, I'm going to add raw vinegar. The raw vinegar that I'm using is a coconut vinegar, but you can use apple cider vinegar if you have, or even grape vinegar. But please do not use any synthetic vinegar. They are actually very harmful for you. Now add oil to a frying pan and keep the heat on medium. You don't want to burn all the spices away in a minute. Now add the cassia and the clove, and if the oil is heating up slowly, you will begin to notice an aroma that begins to fill the air. And that's the point when you will add the ginger, the grated ginger. Mix it for just about half a minute. You don't want to cook the ginger completely. Now is when you will add the grated kohlrabi and carrots and mix everything very well so that the spices can flavor all of the vegetables evenly. All you have to do now is just cover the pan with a lid and allow it to cook for about 5 minutes. Keep the heat on medium or low. You don't want the vegetable to burn. And while it cooks, let me tell you why you should be eating this vegetable. You will see this vegetable in abundance during the colder months of fall, winter and early spring. And since this vegetable is a rich source of vitamin C, you must definitely not miss out on its nutrients, especially during the colder months. Not just vitamin C, but this humble vegetable can also supply you with vitamin B6, folate, magnesium, manganese, and has remarkable healing properties. It is high in both soluble and insoluble fiber, which makes it a great food for a healthy gut. And a healthy gut means a healthy immune system. This recipe that I'm making is a great way not just to eat vegetables, but also to get the benefits of spices that we are cooking with it. Talking about spices, now is the time for you to add them before everything burns away. So we'll now remove the lid and add chili, turmeric, salt and mix it nicely. Once again, spread the spices nicely so that the dish gets an even color and an even flavor. Now we'll let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes more. You can cover it with a lid again if you want to, but if you want to remove the excessive water, you want it to be a little drier, then just cook it without covering. If you don't have vinegar or you don't want to add vinegar, you can stop right there and your dish is ready. Perfectly alright. And if you want the sourness not to come through vinegar but something else, then your best option is a lemon here. You can eat kohlrabi in several ways, raw or cooked. You can eat it raw like a snack. You can grate it fine or swirl it in a spiralizer and make a salad out of it. You can ferment it into a pickle, or you can add it to a stew or your lentil soup. A raw food does not suit everyone, and I personally like to cook every single vegetable that I eat. And if you are someone with a sensitive stomach, or if you have issues with bloating, then you must at all cost avoid raw vegetables. There is one more kohlrabi recipe that we have at our channel. It's pretty famous, a lot of people love it, so you might like to check that out. Also, make sure you check the website happybellyfish.com, where you'll find the written recipes, and also you will understand where you can start your healthy eating journey from. Now, optionally, you can also garnish this recipe with some cilantro or coriander leaves before serving. Fresh coriander leaves help a lot with digestion, especially when you are eating cruciferous vegetables like cabbage, cauliflower and kohlrabi, which are known to cause gas in the stomach. Alright, so that was an easy recipe, right? This is one of my favorite recipes, and it is something that I like to add to my burritos or wraps, or just eat it by itself. Let me know in the comments how you eat this humble vegetable at home, and also do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the next video.